Do you struggle to make world-class decisions in your agency? This is a formula you can use to make sure you do it every single time.
Hi, we're Sam.
We're Phil.
From Firefighting. And recently we've been reading a really interesting book by Chip and Dan Heath. And it's all about decisions. It's called Decisive. And in it they use a really handy formula to help you make decisions. Now, we were actually on the phone, weren't we, the other day with a client, and he was trying to make a big decision. And there was no black or white, but he did have a black and white option in his mind. And we encouraged him to use this, which is the RAP formula, to help him make his decision more effectively. And it's a formula that we'd like to share with you because it's really useful in making all kinds of decisions, big and small, to make sure you get the best possible outcome.
Yeah, I would recommend it's more important for the bigger decisions. Important hires, should you take this client on or not, should you move offices, etc.
Should you up your fee?
Should you take a business partner on, lots of different things, but for the real high level decisions, it's
should you sack Tilly?
It's certainly not a quick decision. So it's called the RAP formula, W-R-A-P, and the W is to widen your options. So example,
he had just two, didn't he? Just two options, and what's the danger of that? No, he said, I'm going to either do it or not do it.
Do it or not do it.
Yeah, it was taking on a partner, actually.
Yeah, so it was taking on a partner. The danger is that the decision, as Sam said, is either do it or not do it, when actually other options to potentially look at other people, and therefore you get a balance of exactly if he's the right person, is he the right character, do I actually want to do it at all? And if you're recruiting at a high level and you've only got the option of one person, then that's a dangerous position to be in, because you're judging off a level, and no matter how good you think they are, there may someone come in next day that blows them out of the water. So our kind of rule is that when we're recruiting, if there's only one person that's good, we will re-recruit with them still in the hunt. And as Dan Kennedy always says, number one is the most dangerous number you can have in business.
So in this particular occasion, what he should have done was have several different options. So one is take him on as a partner, exactly as the guy had suggested. 2 is maybe have a trial period. 3 is maybe take him on for a project. 4 is a consultant, etc., etc. Until you build up to the widest number of options you've got that you can think of, so that it's not just black or white. He might still revisit and go back to the first option, but at least then he'll have considered all his options because he's widened his options.
Yeah, I'm sure you can all think of decisions you've made that are very binary, yes or no, that you've got wrong, and this is potentially the reason why. The R is to reality check your assumptions. We all have ingrained assumptions that often speaking to someone that is of a similar ilk to you, that maybe a different industry, etc., and they can challenge your assumptions that you haven't challenged previously.
And I think that the guy that we're just talking about, the guy that's thinking about taking on the partner, he assumed that the partner would bring possibly more to his agency than he might be, maybe that would be true in reality. So he was saying, well, he's a good foil for me. He's the opposite character to me. He'll help ground me. Now, they're assumptions, aren't they? Because they haven't been tested. So reality check his assumptions. Maybe they can go and work on a project together for the day to reality check those things. And do they work well together? Because, I think partnerships are a bit like marriages, really, aren't they? I don't know what I'm talking about. But,
that's us done.
Do opposites really attract? Or do like-minded people, rub up against each other the wrong way? Or, Phil and I are very similar in a lot of ways. I'm slightly older than him, that's probably the biggest difference. But we've got actually very similar outlooks on life, so we're probably not opposites. And he's thinking that an opposite partner will be the best for him. He just needs to reality check that. How do you reality check it? I can buy a test.
Yep. A is to attain distance and time. So let's say you're a typical man, or generalise, and you go into a car garage.
You're a typical man. I'm a typical man.
I am in this sense. You go into a car garage and the car salesman says to you, look how nice this red Ferrari is. And you look over your shoulder, your wife's not looking, and you say, I'll have it. And really, if you come away from that decision and spend 2 or 3 days thinking about it, the decision may change, it may not, which is great, but quite often I'm sure you've thought about making a decision at the time, and then you come away and thought, actually it won't quite work for this reason or that reason, and that's what attaining distance and time may do. Now, if you come to the same conclusion that it was the right decision to buy that Ferrari and you're still going to get divorced, then it was the right decision.
Happens to me all the time on Amazon. One-click
Divorce.
ordering. No, not divorce. One-click ordering of divorce would be a bit handy. One-click ordering is the bane of my life, and it is very, very expensive for me. So what I've tried to train myself to do is put it in the basket. And quite often I'll go back to that basket a couple of weeks later and go, oh yeah, I thought I wanted that and now I don't want it anymore. So that's what this guy needs to do. He needs to attain distance. He needs to sleep on it for a few nights or a week or whatever it is. The bigger the decision, the more distance you need to attain from it.
I think you need counselling for that. And P is something that I don't need to do, but some people do, is prepare to be wrong.
So prepare to be wrong just means, have you got a plan B? What if? It's funny, a friend of mine's moving house today, and he said he needs to leave his house way before the keys are going to be released. Now, you're in the industry, you know how this could go. He's going to be down in Salford in Manchester, waiting outside an apartment, and it may not complete today. So I just said to him, have a plan B ready. He said, what do you mean? And I said, well, what are you going to do if it doesn't transact today? So, storage. Can the guys hang on for a night? Would you pay for them to go into accommodation for the night? Can you get a hotel? Can you stay with a friend? What's your plan B? And together we thrashed out our plan B. And now he feels much safer because if it doesn't transact today, he has a good plan B. The guy with the partnership needs to be in a contract that he can get out of if it goes wrong.
Yeah.
So it's a what if. It's a what if scenario. What if it all goes wrong? Can I get out and still keep my shirt and my business? Or is he giving away his business far too soon? Yeah,
it's not defensive, it's not negative thinking. It is good business sense to make sure you always have a get out clause, whether it's with a team member, with a client, with a Ferrari, with a
husband,
wife, business partner.
Prepare to be wrong. Now, the reason that this came up at all, thank you, is because we run mastermind sessions for our amazing clients every 3 months, and we absolutely love spending 2 days with them and going through all their biggest challenges that they're facing at the moment. And every single time we meet up, they tell us about all these decisions they're trying to make. They start off with should I, could I, what would happen if, and we refer them back to RAP. And we talk to them about all the different things they can do to mitigate damage from decisions and make world-class decisions. And this is something that actually comes as part and parcel of being a Firewave member. So we're not just a marketing agency. We don't just give you amazing letters and content. We give you all the training and advice and support and mentorship that goes with that to make sure that you can be a world-class estate agent.
So we're not just a marketing agency, we're a Firewave marketing agency.
It's like the M&S advert, isn't it? All you need
That's
to do to find out, find out whether your area is available is go to fire-wave.co.uk/start and just start on your journey to finding out whether is Firewave right for you? Is your area available? What does it cost? What's the investment? What is expected of you? And can we all work together?
And just to counter this whole video, when you're making this decision, don't have other options.
No. Don't reality check your assumptions.
Don't attain distance, and there's no need to think that it was the wrong decision.
And we'll look forward to receiving your application today.